SALIC mandate will remain the same, which is food security for Saudi Arabia. I think the way we exercise or implement this mandate is evolving, and one of the issues that if we are going, and our mandate is to ensure the long-term access of Saudi Arabia to production outside, how can we, by doing this, also achieve a mandate or a practice to invest actually in profitable companies and make them even more profitable in the respective jurisdictions. For example, SALIC can be looked at as a multinational companies that farm in one country and process maybe in another country, and then make the production available in a third country. And that third country in this case could be Saudi Arabia, could be any country that these companies that we own or have shareholding at can market their products. SALIC mandate is to ensure long-term access of Saudi Arabia to food in the world. We invest as the original mandate and continue to production units around the world. Is this enough for us? Maybe it's not enough. We need to make sure that we can have this production in Saudi Arabia. That's why we're very much interested on the logistic aspect of it. Aquaculture production has great potential in Saudi Arabia because the long shores that Saudi Arabia has. Catches are becoming less and less around the world, not just in the shores of Saudi Arabia. And there is a need actually to increase the production from aquaculture. And it's part of the vision and strategy of food security of Saudi Arabia. And SALIC is also interested, on that respect. We believe that the technology that's been, developing around the world will be very relevant to us over here, allow us to produce more. Unlike typical agriculture over here, the water that you're using in the production actually is salt water, seawater. That's an advantage for us. And this is where I think SALIC has commissioned a study to look into this sector and making sure about the opportunities first and how to intervene with the other players, plus also bring international experience. We're looking for players that they have the know-how to bring them over here and be, ask them to be partners with us in this project, making sure that these projects are actually done in the best way that can be done. Food security strategy does not actually sort of give direction to stop farming in Saudi Arabia. I think focus was to see which crops that consume a lot of water and have, for example, maybe some negative aspect on the environment that can be actually shift as activities, and SALIC been mandated to look into production outside the kingdom. On the other hand, there are crops that will continue over here, and also there are crops that could be introduced to the Saudi market that can be in line with the condition of Saudi Arabia, meaning that they may not require as much as fresh water in terms of production. And this is where SALIC is very much interested on agri-tech and to look into these technology and to try to see how we can bring them in Saudi Arabia that will allow production to be in Saudi Arabia with the minimum usage of water and other natural resources that we may have an issue with. In SALIC strategy, we talk a lot about platform companies, that we will go around the world and invest in these platform companies. The idea is that these platform companies have the knowledge, the know-how. They have developed this over time. And the idea is that you utilize this knowledge to bring them either to Saudi Arabia or to a third country where we can together set up a business. And that will reduce the time for these companies or this unit established in terms of reaching the production and the profitability. So these companies, they are companies who have the knowledge in their respective fields.